Hello and welcome back to PowerWash Simulator. When we last left off, we had started cleaning this thing. I I don't mind cleaning some of this stuff, but some of it it gets to be quite a lot. Um, Namely, there we go. Cleaning the underside, making sure we're getting that. I want to make sure that I get as much of the underside as I can done. And I'm glad that it's, not like terrible in the sense that it's like a lot of tiny fiddly bits, but rather it's a matter of volume. The issue with cleaning the thing isn't that, like it's a bunch of tiny little parts that are hard to get into. It's just a lot of parts. It's big. And I think we're gonna have to switch to, yeah, let's switch to that, because we're starting to get higher. Um, and you know what? It's super early in the video, but that actually brings us to the question of the day. What is the thing you hate cleaning the most? Are you aggressively anti-laundry? Do you hate doing laundry? Do you hate cleaning the bathroom? Do you dislike um, cleaning, say, the garage, or your bedroom? Or are you aggressively anti-dishes? I know a lot of people hate washing the dishes, but I know even more people hate cleaning the bathroom. Personally, I don't mind doing the dishes, so long as I get left alone while I'm doing it. Well, leave me alone in my podcast or my ebook or, sorry, my audiobook or whatever, and let me clean in peace. But a bathroom? No, thank you. I don't know anybody that actually enjoys cleaning the bathroom. I'm sure there are people out there that like it, or at the very least don't mind it. I'm not one of those people. But yeah, what's the one part of cleaning that you love? Switch to that one. Gives us a little more room to work. But yeah, I don't mind cleaning for the most part, but I am admittedly kind of a shy cleaner. And I don't even want to say that it's shyness. It's kind of, it feels awkward having people watch you clean. Um, so that's part of the reason that I hate cleaning when other people are around. It's kind of, when you live with other people, can make it a little difficult to, do that. I don't mind, can't even say that I mind doing the laundry. But I kind of like having the space to sort of, I guess, zone out and do my own thing. Let's get that there. That makes life easier for me. Just kind of music or audiobook or maybe even a podcast, like it's a good way to catch up on podcasts you're behind on. And kind of dissociate while you're cleaning. This, on the other hand, this isn't terrible. I can think of better. I could think of things I would much rather be cleaning than a giant slide. And I think I would even be a little more receptive to cleaning the thing if it weren't just so profoundly massive. But we are making decent progress, so I won't complain too much. There we go. And of course, the frames are gonna be something we're absolutely gonna have to make sure we're getting clean. Because those count as individual items. And I don't want to have to come back and have to, like, re-clean them because I've missed one. That's always the worst. Like I said, I hate, obviously missing something. Come on. There we go. How much more do we... Oh, we got a bit of ways to go. Like, that's obviously not clean because we haven't dinged it. There it is. Yeah. I still genuinely want to know what actually happened here. The level of dirt makes no sense. And I feel like I'm not... I don't know, it feels like the 15 isn't being nearly as effective as it normally is. And I know that's probably just, like a weird perception issue. It feels like it's like not hitting as hard as it normally does. Unfortunately, I can't currently afford the next tier up, so just gonna have to make do. Clean. We step back to clean that one. There we go. Make sure we're cleaning this side as we're on this side. There we go. There we are. Get that real good. But yeah, I know they didn't change anything, because there haven't been any updates to the game since, I think. Just really haven't been any updates to the game at all, actually. Because if there were, they would have like had to happen in the last couple of days or so. But I last played a couple days ago, as of recording this. I don't think it's the way I'm cleaning it. Switch to this one. Because we're close. There we go. There we go. We could theoretically go up the slide, but I think it might be a better idea to come back down and start cleaning the second tier up here. So let's start with that. There we go. Maybe it's because I'm rushing, because, like, I've been trying to take my time with things a little more. There we go. And I think that's, kind of part of the reason I've been trying to take my time. Because it's just been a lot easier. Yeah, I'm still missing things from here and there, but, like, for the most part, I'm getting everything. And that's what's important. Your technique is excellent. Thank you. Jet control, 10, 8 of 10. Knowledge of apertures, 9 of 10. What else do you have to say? Soap discretion, 8.5 out of 10. I've used no soap here. Stats, 9.3 out of 10. That is a weird choice of number. Congratulations. Thank you, I think. I didn't realize I can't come here to be judged. Well, let's get down, because we need to get under here. Actually, let's make sure we are getting what's underneath the slide while we're at it. I think I mentioned before, though, part of the problem that I had when I played through the game the first time, was actually I kind of spent a lot of time bouncing from thing to thing, instead of going about things pretty linearly. picking a place and starting there. Instead, I'd pick a place and then I would bounce to another spot and then have issues because I'm not, like, connecting. Go back. And then we can come back and start. I'm trying to do my best to actually stick to cleaning in one area at a time. There we go. That one's clean. And then we can start cleaning the third tier now as a result. Let's switch to that one. Is that? We can start with that. There we go. Yeah, I think we may find ourselves in a position of one of these numbers. There we go. That way, we're actually getting getting stuff as we're going. Getting everything in the area as we're going. I know I'm not getting everything here. But we can get as much as possible in the first pass. Like I said, that's kind of ultimately the goal here. Minimizing our second pass. I'm gonna have to move this. That should be good. Yeah. Looks like we're okay here. We're gonna have to move it again, but this is pretty okay so far. I'm just trying to minimize bouncing around. And I know I keep saying that, but like it is actually really important too. And I know I'm only getting a few panels at a time, but it can be a little. Let's make sure we're going in the stairs. But it can be a little bit of a pain to, constantly have to pick up and move. Not just in the game, but in general, There's nothing quite like having to pick up and move. There we go. Right. That's going to be obscured by the slide. Let's see how much of it you can actually get to. And of course, we can just go up the slide. And we can go under the slide. As needed, of course. So that's that one. That's that one. So yeah, that's what we'll do. Or we could, just go the first level. Yeah, nope. Gonna have to actually go up the slide. Oop. There we go. Ooh, no, actually. Oh, good. There we go. An area we'd have a lot of trouble with anyway. There we go. And I think from here on, I think we're just gonna use the slide as for the most part anyway. And I think it would just be easier at this rate. We're just getting to a point where doing anything else would just not make any sense. There we go. Let's see how much of that we can get. And I wonder, it may not be a terribly good idea to use that one. Yeah. No. Go back to the 15. We'll get what we can from the slide, and we'll get what we can from the scaffold. Staying on the slide, that is. Because we're obviously missing stuff. There we go. That one's done. We'll get as close as we can. There we go. Even being close like that, we're still, like, not hitting that edge bit. I didn't realize how much we'd done. And that, under the benefit, doing it like this. We are more than halfway done. I think, depending on how it goes, we may actually be able to get the whole thing in, or the rest of this in this one video. There we go. Gonna, of course, have to go back with that for that ring. There we go. I think. So I was thinking about something someone said about the prevalence of digital media. Moving on to an actual subject. I was thinking about what someone said regarding the prevalence of digital media and how the disappearance of physical media is actually not a very good thing. Being someone whose birth year starts with a 19, I grew up with certain types of physical media. Cassette tapes were... Cassettes and VHSs were the thing when I was little, and DVDs didn't become prominent until... Well, DVDs didn't start being offered as an option until I was in middle school. CDs started getting popular in the mid-late 90s. Glad to see you're starting to get out there in the world. I need someone with your skill and integrity at my private hangar. Okay. Suggestions for improvement, yeah? What suggestions do you have? Let's go back to the stubby. Fire your jet straight into the air and let gravity do the rest. That's not how that works. Or... use a succession or single burst from a point blank range to significantly reduce water usage. In either case, time and wetness may become factors. I mean... there's a reason I'm wearing this goofy suit. Because water has a tendency to get everywhere, and like, sir. Okay. Awesome. I was missing that one. And that one. There we go. There we go. Cool. I think we're just gonna have to use... oh, there we go. Let's switch back to you. But, yeah, person was talking about how we're starting to see the disappearance of, media. It is vertical panel. What am I? There we go. We are. You're starting to see companies ceasing to issue physical media. You're starting to see less and less movies be put on DVD. You're starting, well, not so much movies. It's more kind of, starting to see less and less media put on DVDs, like TV shows. And you're, as a result, also starting to see a significant, uh, um, uptick in media being removed from platforms. Um, um like, uh, Disney Plus is or has removed a bunch of stuff from their platform. Max, which used to be HBO Max, is removing a bunch of stuff from that. I, like Over the Garden Wall, which I've actually not seen. Please don't judge me for that. I am very slow about watching TV and movies. Uh, Channel lights, vertical frame. Okay. Okay. Um, they're they're removing a lot of stuff, and a lot of people are rightfully mad because they were, in a lot of instances, kind of not kind of forced to buy into uh, digital media. You know, a lot of people didn't get into using streaming services necessarily because they wanted to, but because that's that was their option. Full frame. Yeah. Okay. Like we're solid. Um. Let's see if we can get a little close. But because a lot of people were kind of forced to buy into digital media versus physical media, channel lights, yo. There we go. Lights. Okay. Oh, I did not see that. But yeah, because a lot of people are sort of forced to buy into third ring, second ring, first ring, fourth ring, fifth ring. Uh, because people were required to sort of buy into digital media versus um physical media. So I remember when people were lamenting the fact that Disney was um basically decided that they weren't going to issue Loki, the series, on um on DVD. So there are no DVDs of the Loki series. So should they decide to pull Loki, pull the series, um, and pull it from the platform, there is no physical backup. Uh, And unfortunately, there's not a whole lot that can be done about it. Hey, cool, cool. Let's move you there for now. And that lack of physical media is kind of forcing people to go, okay, maybe we need to start looking into means of preserving things. There are a lot of video games that don't have physical releases. Um, there are tons and tons of video games, honestly, that don't have physical releases and never will. Uh, because I imagine producing physical copies of a video game is expensive, especially when you're an indie company. You know, like, you're not making a ton of money, you're not gonna go out and you're not gonna, like, produce a DVD-ROM. You're gonna produce what you can, and that is what is most cost-effective to produce. And that's likely going to just be, a digital release of the game. And that's, I mean, fine, I guess, but it's not great. And it isn't that, these companies are choosing not to have physical releases. It's just, I don't remember, but what the number was, but I distinctly remember the number being something absurd. Like, oh, what's that? You want to produce a DVD for your game for a system? Yeah, that's gonna cost you a bit. Um, and for a lot of game companies, a lot of indie companies, it's really just not worth the money. I think we're gonna have to get to that soon. So, but as a result, you kind of uh having games and movies and TV shows that are just disappearing into the ether, and there's not a whole lot that can be done about it. So you have a lot of people who are seeking to preserve. Oof, I did not realize that that was still dirty like that. Seeking to preserve and make sure that those things are still readily available in the future. Um, and as a bit of a political statement, please, if you find yourself, you know, don't, I don't know what I was gonna say with that. If you find yourself, please don't buy into the idea that the reason a company is taking media off of their platform, don't buy into the idea that the reason that they're doing that is because it's expensive to maintain. These are companies that are making millions and billions of dollars a year. Uh, they can. This is about something else entirely. This is not, nor has it ever been, about saving money. This is very much about being cheap. And I don't mean like, you bought the less expensive car because it meant a smaller car note cheap. I mean, you make you make $1 million a month, and you're opting to buy that $50 car that you can throw away once something bad happens to it, because you would just rather not spend the money on a decent car. Um, so please don't buy into the idea that like companies like Disney are doing this because it's just like they don't have that kind of money. The mouse is like one of the most profitable companies out there. Between the parks and all of the companies that the mouse owns, uh, there we go. That couldn't be further from the truth. Oh, nice. There we go. But, there's the conversation of maintaining physical media versus having digital backup, having digital only media. And I don't have space for like a lot of physical media, despite the fact that I have a ton of albums. I don't have a ton of TV shows because I don't watch a ton of TV. I don't have a ton of movies because I don't watch a ton of movies, but I would wholeheartedly suggest, like having redundancies, having backups of all of your stuff, having hard copies of your stuff if you can. That way, if a platform decides, hey, we don't want this we don't want to pay for this anymore, um, you still have access to it. It's actually one of the big issues with like DRM, and one really, really major example of it is, um, I would say it was 1984, not the year of the novel. Um, I think it was 1984, and or maybe it wasn't 1984. Maybe it was something else. It was a piece of media that had been put on Kindles, and people had spent money and bought the book, and Amazon went, "Oh, hey, no, this is a thing that is copyright infringing," and yeah, okay, pulling it from the store, but they also pulled it from people's Kindles. Like, um, and then there's, the issue of locking stuff to a particular platform. Like, if I buy an album from iTunes, it's kind of I have to jump through a lot of hoops to get it to not be locked to iTunes. I remember years and years ago, the Windows Media Player was also like that. Like, if you uploaded a file, it only was available in WMA format. I don't think it's a thing anymore. But like, yeah, I bought an album and I wanted to like upload it to my computer, and this was like before iTunes was really a thing for Windows, uh, which didn't become a thing until the early aughts. If you had a Mac, you had iTunes. If you had a PC or a Windows system, you had Windows Media Player. Or I guess you could use QuickTime Player. Uh, I'm sorry, not QuickTime Player, Real Player. Uh, and you were kind of locked into using Windows Media if that's what you were using to listen to your albums, because that's kind of how it worked. And then, you know, iTunes came along for Windows and it really drastically changed things. But if you bought an album by Windows Media Player, I don't even know what their players called it now. Um, but if you bought an album, it was locked to that platform. Which really irritating, by the way. And like there is a way around it. There, like you can. Do you think it would be too much to use an enormous catapult at the top? Yes, yes. That's like a liability issue, sir. I would like my Helter Skelter to be the world's fastest. Sir, that's how people die. Um, but yeah, if you've got digital media, make sure you have a physical backup of it. I've gone on long enough about that. Just don't make sure you've got backups of your stuff. Get your stuff physically if you can. Um, have redundancies of your redundancies. Just because I'm rambling at this point. And there's at this rate, I'm not actually going anywhere with the statement. But yeah, moving on to something else. We are almost done with the Helter Skelter. Uh, and we will. Yeah, I think we're done enough that should I choose to push through, it wouldn't be that big a deal. So I think that's actually what I'm. Uh, oh, there we go. There we go. I was missing some of the fifth tiers. So I think we're gonna, like, do that, go down, finish the slide, go down, get the, get as close as we can, and get the fifth tiers. Wall, slide rail. Where'd I miss? Okay. Fourth. Fifth. It's this one. Get down. Oh, yeah, the slide rail is not completely clean. This one isn't. I'm gonna have to figure that out. Do that real quick. If it's the underside. Oh, like right there. No. This is not just right there. Ah. There we go. There we go. Make sure we're actually getting everything before we move on. Slide base and the supports. Let's see real quick. Flagpole, platform, the railings, signposts, slide frames. Okay. So let's look at the slide frames. What's that one? Wait, no. Let's have a look. I think it's one of the lower ones. No, it's not one of the lower ones. Looks like it's gonna be one of the higher ones. Oh, there we go. Let's go up the slide, because that'll help pretty significantly. It's like the last one. Wait, what? The platform. What part of that are we missing? Okay. Oh. Switch to the stubby. There we go. We go back down and we get to this 5th tier panel. That one. This one. This one. Yeah, first airframes. Let's grab that. Go all the way up. Go back down a level. I don't see it, but it's probably... Yeah, I don't see it. Oh, okay. It... right. Oh, it's all the way at the top. Let's... There we go. That's everything that we've actually started. So let's go back up. And we can start on... Let's start cleaning this. So we, let's go back up. And make sure that we are getting all of that. And we'll, like, even walk the edge so we actually get it. Go back around. And we'll come back around here. There we go. Clean the rails. I think we might have to do this from the outside as well. Yeah, it looks like, because we're not getting a super significant depreciation in the amount. So we have to do the outside as well, and I did not like that stutter. Like, don't get me wrong, I know there's, like, doing the sides. There's also the outside, so, you know. But we're still not seeing, like, a super high reduction. But let's clear this ring while we're at it. Because, as it turns out, oh, and like that. We do need to do this ring. We also need to do this platform, which has a bit of rust going on, so we will clean the platform, then we'll come back with the metal cleaner. There we go. There we go. Refill the tank. There we go. We'll keep cleaning here before we move back down. This is actually going to be a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. But we are also genuinely almost done. And I'm more interested in finishing this here and now than coming back. I don't want to have to come back. Because I've said it before, but I don't like having to start a video with like 5 minutes of another cleaning project. There we go. Make sure this one's also clean. And we can clean the lower edge of that. Clean as you go. And this is a whole panel, as opposed to just one little section. There we go. Clean the door frame. No. What am I missing? There we go. Always that little spot. It's always in a weird spot. Place too. There's that. Window and frame. Always happy to see it. There we go. We're gonna jump up here. Window, frame, and the panel. There we go. Window frame, panel. There we are. Almost. Okay. Flagpole, just weirdly dirty. I just genuinely am, honest to goodness, curious how any of this happened. Where is it? There. Okay. There we go. Actually, because I know some stuff popped up in the store. You. I like that you can audibly tell how far you are in the bottle. What am I missing? I think it's all going to be underside now. Hang on. There we go. Yeah, no, the frame and the railing are... actually, let's check that. Railing posts... Railing posts... top frames... Top ring frame... Yeah, nothing left to do. Uh, all the way up. Go. There we go. Here, of course. Come on. Close enough. There we go. Oh, finger slipped. There we go. Then we go back around. I think we can get away with putting it, like, right here. We are almost done. There we go. Right. Almost. It's a little further. We go. So, quite a bit longer than I wanted it to be, but, yeah. So that's actually where we're going to call it for today. And as a reminder of the question of the day, what is the chore that you hate doing the most? I think it was the question I asked. But yeah, no, what's the it's either which one you like the best or which one you like the least. Uh, anyway, so I have been Darkanaut. This has been PowerWash Simulator, and when we come back, we are going to move on to the next cleaning job. And if you enjoyed this video or any of the videos in the series or any of the videos that I've ever done, please consider giving a like to the video, consider subscribing to the channel, which helps metrics, which pushes it out to you and pushes it out to other people, and consider hitting the notification bell because that way you know when I upload, even if it is really regular. I also have a coffee. You can find me at coffee.com/Dorkanaut. That is ko-fi.com/Dorkanaut if you are so inclined to leave a tip, but please do not feel obligated. But, yeah. Come see me again sometime, won't you? Goodbye.